As a halfway good engineer and a mediocre YouTuber, people sometimes come to me with their worries, and I've gotten the same message from 3 different people this month. Am I actually going to be okay in this field? Will I be fired on a random Tuesday? Will AI replace me? And to be honest, I don't have a clean answer for that, but I've been sitting with it long enough that I want to just comment on a few things. Let's start with the one that's loudest right now. You open Cursor, Claude, or Copilot, or whatever you're using, and you ask it for something that would have taken you an hour or 2. It's done in 10 seconds. And it's not half bad, it's actually kinda good, which is the part that gets under your skin. And for a second, you think, okay, so what was I actually good at? Developers between 22 and 25 had seen their employment drop close to 20% since these tools went mainstream, while devs over 30 at the same companies kept growing. So the fear underneath all of it isn't really, will I get replaced? It's closer to, the thing I spent years building my identity on might not count the same way it used to. That's a heavier thing to carry than a job title, and I don't think enough people say that part out loud. Then there's the most feared word in IT right now, layoffs. But the thing is, this isn't the layoff itself, it's the pattern sitting right underneath it. You've seen the posting. Entry-level software engineer, 3 or 5 years of experience required, whatever that even means. And in the same quarter, that same company announces another few billion into AI infrastructure. Profitable companies really are cutting roles, while collectively pouring something like $700 billion into AI build-outs across the industry. The layoff isn't what breaks something in you. It's watching the idea that being good at your job protects you stop being true. Competition is the one with no villain, which somehow makes it worse. You send out 200 applications, and if you're lucky, you hear back from 4. And after enough silence, it stops feeling like a market condition and starts feeling like someone read your resume and decided you specifically weren't good enough. New grads now make up around 7% of big tech hires, down from close to a third just a few years ago. So it's not about you, even though it feels like it is. That's a door that got physically narrower for everyone standing in that line at the exact same time you got there. And then there's the curriculum, which is the one I actually lived through myself. When I started out, I only worked with Spring Boot and Angular. Wouldn't touch anything else, wouldn't even consider it. Looking back, I think I just needed one thing to feel solid, while everything else about this field refused to sit still for even a semester. That's the part nobody warned you about going in. You spend years on proofs and algorithms you'll rarely touch again once you're actually working. And the real job lives somewhere else entirely, and you only find out where once you're already standing in that gap with a degree and no map. Here's what all 4 of those have in common if you zoom out far enough. They all assumed the ground was supposed to stay still. It never has, not for any generation of developers before you. Not once. The people doing fine right now aren't the ones who dodge the chaos, because nobody dodges it. They're the ones who stopped waiting for it to settle before they moved. IBM tripled its entry-level hiring this year, specifically on the bet that AI can write the code, but still needs a person with actual judgment watching over it. So they're not saying we need fewer developers. They are saying we need different ones, doing different work than the job used to ask for. And listen, you're allowed to be scared and still be good at this. Those 2 things were never in conflict, no matter how much it feels that way. Your challenge right now as a developer is to transform that fear into something productive. Silence it by learning a new skill in the field, by applying to even more companies, by starting that project you always wanted to but got too scared before you even started. And when that project finally gets far enough that you need real tests, don't waste your time manually writing Selenium or Playwright like a caveman.
What the hell is even that?
Instead, you should use Momentic, the sponsor of today's video. I tried Momentic, and honestly, it was solving a problem every one of us has run into. You ship a feature, your Selenium or Playwright tests break because a button moved 3 pixels, and now you're burning an afternoon fixing locators instead of generating shareholder value. Momentic skips all of that. You write what you want tested in plain English, something like log in and confirm the dashboard loads, and their AI agent figures out how to actually do it, clicking through your app, checking the result, and adapting automatically when your UI changes. No XPath, no data test ID hunting. I tried it on a login flow, described the steps in 1 sentence, and it just ran. No setup beyond that. Tests live right in your repo as YAML, so they run locally or in CI like anything else you're used to. So if you're an engineer who's tired of maintaining a test suite instead of shipping product, you can try Momentic for free using the link in the description or by scanning this QR code. Thanks to Momentic for sponsoring this video.